How you going? I'm booking a race in March, a sprint distance, 2 hours from home, and stay with family. I'm also considering a swim in May, and I've used this process to work through a few times actually, race decisions. So I thought I'd share the process. So let's get into it. Like I said, I'm booking a race in March, a sprint distance, 2 hours from home, staying with family. But choosing that race got me thinking. Over the years, I've developed a framework for how I actually make these decisions, not just this one looks cool or my mate's doing it. A systematic way to think about race selection when you've got family commitments, limited budget, and can't just disappear for a week. I've broken it into 3 parts to make it easy. Part 1, the 4 decision variables that actually matter. Part 2, the 3 race types and when each makes sense. Part 3, how to apply the framework and choose your race. Let me show you how it works. Why this matters. Every parent who trains faces this. You want to race, but you've got kids, a partner, limited holiday time, and a budget that doesn't include $5,000 race trips every month. Most race advice ignores this. It's either just sign up and figure it out, or here's the best races in the world, which might be in Europe and cost 10 plus grand. What you actually need is a way to choose races that fit your constraints. That's what this framework aims to do. I've done all 3 types. Before I show you the framework, here's my experience. Cairns Ironman, full distance race, flights, accommodation, full week holiday, total cost around 5.5, probably more. Harvey Bay 100 is actually just on the weekend. But I did it a few years ago. A drive destination. So I was able to drive to that destination. Week-long trip, drove there, total cost around 2,700. Local races, Olympic 70.3, middle distance, entry fee only, home the same day, total cost, race entry. So I've tested all 3 approaches. Now I can show you when each makes sense. What you're actually choosing. Here's the first principle. You're not buying a race, you're buying an experience design. The race itself is 1 to 6 or even 12 plus hours, depending on the distance you choose. But you're allocating days or weeks of life, hundreds or thousands of dollars, and family time. The race is just the anchor. Also understand that a particular distance may need to be traveled to. The question isn't which race is best, it's what experience am I designing, and does this race fit my current constraints? Once you see it this way, the decision becomes way clearer. Part 1, the 5 decision variables. I think that's 4. The 4 variables that matter when choosing a race. The distance or goal. What are you actually training for? Timing. When can you race without wrecking everything else? Budget. What can you spend without family friction? Family impact. Solo mission, or can they benefit too? Most people only think about number 1, the distance. But 2 through to 4 often matter more. Let me show you how to think through each race, or each one. Number 1, distance and goal. Start with the distance question. Sprint, training 6 to 8 weeks minimum. Time commitment 5 to 7 hours a week. Good for testing the waters as starting out. It's a good distance as well. Frequent racing, you can back up pretty quickly. Olympic distance, a bit more of a challenge. Training 12 to 16 weeks is pretty good. Time commitment 8 to 12 hours per week. Good for stepping up, solid challenge. Middle distance, training 16 to 20 hours minimum. Middle distance, training 16 to 20 weeks minimum. Time commitment 12 to 16 hours per week. That's probably a bit much for beginners. Good for major goal, significant achievement. Full Ironman, training 20 to 30 weeks. Time commitment 15 to 20 plus hours depending on your goals. Good for huge achievement, once in a lifetime goals. The distance determines everything else. Training time, cost, family impact. Choose based on what you can actually commit to, not what sounds impressive. You also probably don't need just to finish. Someone's goal might be just to finish a race, and some of these training hours per week might not be that necessary. 2, when can you actually race? Timing isn't just when's the race, it's training block timing. Can you complete a proper training block? Does it clash with work, busy season? Are school holidays in the middle of your build? Race day timing. Can family come or are they committed somewhere else? Is it someone's birthday, anniversary, or other family event? Do you have the holiday time available? Recovery time. What's happening the week after? Can you actually recover or do you need to be on immediately? So looking after the kids or some other activity straight after. My March race works because training block fits my current season. No family conflicts that weekend so far. Still a bit out. School term, not eating into school holidays or holidays. If any of those were wrong, I'd probably choose a different race. The real cost question. Entry fees vary by distance. This is in Australian dollars. Sprint, some of the running races as well. 100, 150. Olympic, 200 to 300 bucks of entry fee. Middle distance, 400 to 600. Ironman races, they're 700 to, that can be up over 1,000 I think if you're late. But entry's just the start. The real cost includes local race, entry only, maybe parking or a bit of fuel if you have to drive more than half an hour. Family visit, hybrid, entry fee, fuel, free accommodation if you're staying with someone. Drive destination, entry fee, fuel, a week accommodation plus food, 2,400. 2,000 to 4,000. Fly destination, you got entry fees, flights, accommodation, food, bike transport. Some might do it, or you can fly with it and build it when you get there, rebuild it. 5,000 to 8,000, maybe more depending on where you're going. The question, what can you actually spend without it causing tension at home? Be honest here. If you've got 300 bucks, don't try and make a $5,000 race work. 4, solo or shared experience. This is the variable most people ignore. 4, solo or shared experience. This is a variable most people ignore. The solo mission. You disappear for a day, local or weekend for a destination race. Family stays home. You get the experience and they get some time without you. Everyone gets a break. Shared experience. Family comes with you. Race is part of a holiday or a family visit. Everyone gets value. Hidden, third option. Race near family who you would or could visit anyway. Compound value. You get the race and connection. Lower cost, high total value. My March race is option 3, staying with family, catching up with people I'd visit anyway. Race is an excuse, not the only reason. Ask yourself, can this race create value for your family too, or is it purely your thing? Neither's wrong, but it changes which race makes sense. Part 2, the race types. Now that you understand the 5 variables, here are the 3 race types and when each makes sense. Type 1, local race. Optimize for frequency, low disruption, cost. Best when you want to race often, test training, or budget's tight. Type 2, family visit hybrid. Optimize for compound value, connection, plus race. Best when you can combine race with seeing family or friends. Type 3, destination race. Optimize for experience, motivation, dream locations. Best when it's a goal race and you can properly plan budget for it. There's no hierarchy. They're just different tools for different situations. Local races, 100 to 350 total. What they are, within 30 minutes to an hour drive, roughly. Probably don't want to be driving more than 1 hour to a race. Be up at stupid o'clock. Get to sleep at home, entry fees only, when they make sense. You want to race multiple times a year, a new distance or training approach, budget or holiday time is limited. You can train on course for some parts of it, and your conditions if it's pretty local. What you gain, low commitment, can race more, minimum planning, stress, familiar territory, easy for family to spectate. What you give up, no getaway, can feel routine, less motivation boost than destination. There's a few local Olympic distance races near me, entries only 250, 300, home the same day. There are 2 of these and there's a 70.3 near me. So I've done those and it's pretty handy being close to home. Family visit races, 300 to 600 total. What they are, 2 to 4 hour drive to family friends location. Free or cheap accommodation. Combine race with visiting people you want to see anyway. When it makes sense, you're due for a family visit. Manageable drive distance. Race becomes an excuse for the visit. Connection matters more than exploration. What you gain, free accommodation, time with people you want to see, race and connection, not race or family time. Low total cost. What you give up, Not a true getaway. Accommodation might not be race optimal. Less exploration for new places, Example, March race choice, entry about 150, fuel probably 100, free accommodation, total 250. Race plus family, catch up, I want it anyway. Destination race, 2,800 total, 8,000 total. Destination race split into two types, drivable distance, 2,000 to 4,000. 3 to 6 hour drive, week-long family holiday. You could even do a long weekend. I went to Harvey Bay for one a few years ago. Entry was about 300. Accommodation, say 1,500. Fuel, food, total about that, about 2,700. Fly destination, 5 to 8,000. The only real extra cost is the flights. Major trip requires flights. Cairns Ironman example, flights 2,000 to 5,000 roughly. Accommodation 2.5 to 3. Entry 900. I can't remember how much, but 900 is about right. Food 1,000 plus. So you've got 5.5 to 7,400 total. When they make sense, once a year goal race, location you genuinely want to visit anyway. You can justify the holiday spend, make it a full week, not just a race weekend. What you gain, dream location race, proper holiday experience, memories beyond the race. Family gets a holiday too, if they come. What you give up, significant budget allocation, multiple days of holiday time, high planning load, travel fatigue can affect performance. You just get there a few days earlier to get over the travel if it's longer than a few hours flight. And the multiple holidays allow a day or two for just chilling out after the race, especially with a longer distance, and then continue holidaying. Part 3, how to actually choose. Here's how to use this framework. Step 1, define your constraints. Budget, what can you actually spend? Time, how much holiday time do you have? Family, what works for them? Training, where are you in your program? Step 2, ask the 3 questions. Question 1, frequency or event? For frequency, local races multiple times a year. Event would be a destination once a year special. Question 2, does family want to be there? If no, don't force destination. If yes, destination can work for everyone. If neutral, local or solo destination. Question 3, what's your honest budget? $300, local or family visit. 1,000, 2,000, drive destination. 5,000 plus, fly destination. Step 3, match race type to current constraints. Not what sounds impressive, not what other people are doing, but what actually fits your life right now. How I use this framework. Here's how I worked through this for March. My constraints. Budget. Want to keep it under $300. Time. Saving holiday days for later in the year. Family. They'd like to see relatives too. Training. Sprint distance. Doesn't take up too many training hours for now, and low barrier to entry fitness-wise. I'm just getting back into it after a bit of a break. 3 questions. Frequency or event? Frequency. This is a training milestone, not a bucket list. Family want to be there. Yes, they get to see family too. Honest budget, 200 to 300 range. The match, family visit, hybrid race. Sprint distance, 250 total. Compound value. If any variable was different, I'd probably choose differently. Cairns was worth every dollar. I don't want to make it sound like destination races are bad. Cairns Ironman was incredible, but it worked because it was my goal race for the year. We got a Cairns holiday as well. Made it a full week for the family. Made the budget and holiday time saved specifically for it. The race was the anchor, not the only reason to go. The rest was a bit of a bonus. If I'd done Cairns on a tight budget, 2-night stay, stress about money, it would have been terrible. Destination races are amazing when the timing and resources align. The framework just helps when that is. Don't choose based on prestige. The mistake isn't choosing wrong. It's choosing based on what you think you should do. Doing destination races to impress people. Avoiding them because you think they're frivolous. Doing only local races and feeling like you're not serious. There's no hierarchy. Local races aren't less. Destination races aren't better. They're different tools for different situations. I've had incredible experiences at $300 races and expensive races. The price tag didn't determine the value. How well it fit my life and goals at the time did. Your choice should change. What works in March won't work in October. Your race choices should change based on current budget, where you are in training, family commitments, holiday time available, what your goals are right now. My March race, family visit, low cost, training, check-in. October might be different, school holidays, saved budget, destination race. Don't lock yourself into one approach. Reassess it every time based on current constraints. Race within your means. If you've got 5,000 for race travel, destination races are incredible. If you've got 200, local races work perfectly. The mistake is have 5,000 when you have 200. Or worse, not racing because you think you should do big destination races. Race within your means. There's no shame in that. It's strategic. The best race is the one you can do while still being present for your life and family. Not one that looks impressive on social media. Although they do also do that. Your action steps. If you're choosing a race right now, step 1, list your actual options. Local races within an hour, family visit opportunities, drive destinations, fly destinations. Step 2, define your constraints, budget, an honest number, time, available holidays, family, what works for them, training, where you are in your program. Step 3, ask 3 questions, frequency or event. Does family want to be there? What's your realistic budget? Step 4, match race types to constraints. Local or frequency and low friction. Family visit or compound value. Destination for goal races when aligned. Don't choose based on what sounds impressive. Choose based on what fits your life. Bottom line, I didn't choose my March race because it was the best. I chose it because it fits my constraints right now. Low cost, minimum holiday time needed. It was a weekend. Family gets value too, and easy to fit training into it. Different constraints equal different choices. Local races when you want frequency, family visits when you want connection, destinations when timing, budget align for goal races, or set them in advance to work towards them. They're all valid. The question is, which one fits your life, your budget, your goals right now? Use this framework to answer that question, and you'll stop second guessing your race choices. See you out there. Over and out.